South Africa. Come take a little walk with me. This building here went up 6-7 years ago. Always liked this place. I'm sure they had what you call a levy, what we call a homeowners association fee. And what they have to look at, something like this. That's about it. Now, what's been happening around these parts in the U.S., in the city where I live, they've been building up this little strip. I was born down this way, a little kid. Back in the 1950s, cargo train used to run up and down here. And it was all commercial buildings, businesses up and down here. Train used to deliver stuff up and down here to all these businesses, industries. My mother, when she was a kid, her mother used to send her, a couple of her siblings down here to pick up coal. You know, the steam engines, they had a coal car behind it. Coal would be piled up above the rim of the coal car. And when the locomotive backed into the trains to hitch up to them, all this coal would fall off of them. And her mother would have them pick up coal and take to the house so they can heat the house for a couple of days. Now, what we're looking at here is all new housing, right? I have read altogether, it's supposed to be like 240 of them. Used to be a big giant factory up here, up ahead. And they tore that down. Probably cost $500,000 to tear this humongous building down. And they built all these townhouses. Now, all these places, there's another row of houses behind them with a driveway in the middle for parking cars, right? A lot of this building over here is new. And all new, all new. And those lots had sat empty for years. And all back up in these streets, a lot of building has taken place, a lot of old houses torn down, new ones built up. Before these houses was coming, there was all kind of places like this. Electrical supplies, brick supplies and cement, plumbing supplies, building materials, roofing supplies. That's what kind of strip this was. And now it's becoming housing, a lot of it. I was going to talk about the fella that owned this place too, when I got into the gentrification. Right? Now this up here, all the steel going up, that was a lot that sat empty for a number of years. And construction companies seem to be storing their equipment in this lot. And just this year, they started throwing this building up. And I can pretty much guarantee you there's going to be housing, more housing. That's kind of what's going on in areas like this. Now, about that gentrification, that's one thing that concerns me about South Africa. See, gentrification will probably be coming. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. Well, it's a bad thing is for the residents that already live there. All the South Africans already there. It brings in higher prices, brings in higher home costs. I already saw a woman on YouTube in Cape Town complaining about the cost of restaurants, buying a sandwich or buying a coffee at a restaurant and how much it costs now. And that's one of the things gentrification brings. And then it's the housing. And the people that live there get priced out of the housing. Let me give you a little shot of our skyline back there in the distance while I'm talking here. So what that gentrification does, it pushes out the people that live in a town, in an area, what have you. They get pushed out. One thing with taxes. Can't afford the taxes. Everything goes up. Now, I live over on this side of town where you see in the distance. And one thing that saved a lot of black folks over here from gentrification is a local politician. Now, I don't know how exactly the politics work in South Africa, how much power a mayor has over a town like, say, Cape Town or Johannesburg. With your legislators, you usually have a council who makes the rules and the legislation for areas. They all represent areas in a certain city. And then whatever they come up with, they have to get other council members to vote on it, and the mayor has to sign off on it. Well, fortunately for us, in the area where I live, we have a councilman who comes from the area, who represents the area, and he comes from this area, and he understands gentrification and what had been going on. And what he did was create legislation to keep black folks from being pushed out of the community. And what the legislation does, anybody who lived in the area for more than 10 years, which those areas was all black, and the taxes tripled in 1 year, because once they reassessed all the properties, everybody's taxes, property value doubled and tripled. And so their property taxes went up like, must have been like 8-fold, right? So he created legislation for the people who have been in those places 10 years that their taxes wouldn't go up. So bottom line, me, a good example, my taxes would be 10 times more than they are if I wasn't in that program and eligible for that program. And I have a neighbor, and he came up, he irons down my house in the summer, and he was saying, oh, he's going to have to move because of the taxes. And this guy doesn't vote. He never voted in his life. And they always talk about, oh, they're not going to do nothing for you, the government. And that I understand. But, hey, I say your local politicians is really what's important to your quality of life, right? So this guy, I told him about the program, but he had found out about it at the same time. And what he did is saved him from having to move, right? And I was telling him the importance of voting for your local politicians. So like I say, I don't know how exactly it works in South Africa, but your local politicians could save you from gentrification. You know, if they protected the people that's already there. And that's very important, very important. Now, you know, I hear about what's going on over in Cape Town, right? And you got some guys, some old cracker from England somewhere who want to separate Cape Town. You got a lot of folks over there want to separate Cape Town from the rest of South Africa. In other words, they want to be apart. And what did that word mean? Apart? Apartheid, right? So that's what they really will be working on. You know, these people are work on a plan for 50 years to try to get back hold of South Africa. You know, so your new colonization is gentrification, but your politicians could put a stop to that. Y'all control the government. Y'all have the numbers, right? So they are the ones that can really stop what's going on, what could go on. Now, there's a little something else I could save you from.
You're doing a good thing.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, thanks for talking about power. You know what? I told this guy Larry. My name is Mike. I told Larry, I don't like. And so, guy Larry said, "What's the matter, Mike?" I said, "Larry, I'll tell you what. I'm 60-something years old. All right." I told him.
Yeah.
And I told the guy in this because I always get my hot chocolate, coffee, or whatever, espresso. I told them, I don't like politicians, period.
Yeah.
Said, "You don't?" I said, "Nope." I don't. I don't care. I said, "Tell the truth." I tell everybody, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what happens in November. Well, guys like, well, Donald Trump, Joe Biden. I said, look, people, do yourself a favor. What? First of all, number one, for me, don't get me involved in this, okay? I don't want to hear about no Donald Trump, no Joe Biden, and not his Vice President Thomas Harris. I said, I don't want to hear about nobody out there.
Yeah, and don't none of them give a heck about us. A heck about us. Yep.
Everybody thinks, see, my sister, and that's her opinion, tells me, oh, my brother Mike, we should go. I said to my sister, look. I said to my sister Barbara, I said, look, I said to her, let me tell you something. She said, what's that? I said, Donald Trump to us, to the family. Does he care about me? They said, nope.
Yeah.
I said, well then.
Yeah, him and his rich buddies. Did you say your name is Mike?
I said to them, Donald Trump, Thomas Harris, Joe Biden, and this jerk-off fucking stupid mayor. Well, I mean.
She only been there 5 minutes, so you gotta see.
Well, she's a
you gotta see.
Well, you know what it is? It'd be Jim Kenney, Cheryl Parker. That's her name now.
Yeah.
But I'm always saying Jim Kenney because I'm thinking he's not in office.
Yeah.
He was crooked. Now she's gonna be crooked. And then all your people where you see Billy Penn, all them people up there, they're all phonies in there.
Yeah.
Well, hey, buddy, tells you because you're making a living and you travel with your bike. They say to you, wherever you live at, buddy, in Philadelphia, they tell you, they say, sir, they say to you and me, you people right here, we don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's politicians.
But when you mention it to your friends, but I don't tell you the truth. But I don't like politicians anyway.
Yeah, me neither. But unless they're doing something for you, and the only ones that might do something for you is the local ones. That's what I'm saying here. Yeah. Well, I'm talking to my new friends, the South Africans.
Well, let them know.
I'm letting them know what to look out for and what's going on.
Let your new friends in South Africa tell them All these people are phony. Your buddy out there.
That a lot of them are. Nice to meet you, man. I gotta finish this up. Mike Eddie, nice to meet you.
Hey,
All right. That's Philadelphia. Everybody got an opinion, and politicians. So, you know, what you talk about, politicians in Africa or wherever, a lot of them are the same. Unless you get a good one that's from your community, serving the people. Now, this is all fairly new here. This went up about 3 years ago. Behind here, they kept a part of this old building. It was a railroad station behind here, and they say they brought Abraham Lincoln's body here, the president that was assassinated after the Civil War. That's the one they say freed the slaves, and he was the president during the Civil War in America. They say they brought his body through here after he was assassinated. And what I wanted to show you was this here. They broke ground on this building a little over a year ago. These was two humongous lots, gigantic lots. This here and this here. They say Will Smith, who was, he's an actor. I guess you know his name. He did that infamous slap Chris Rock at the Oscars. That was so embarrassing to see. But then he was started out as a rapper. But they say he wanted to buy one of these lots and put up a music studio. And that never happened. These people here must have been in negotiations and probably community meetings and zoning and architectural drawings and funding and everything else for 5 or 6 years to get started on this place. Now, about 3 blocks from here, we had what they called here in the U.S. projects. They was tall buildings, 8 levels, 12 levels, all black folks, poor black folks, piled on top of each other, and who lived in those places, right? So, have you ever seen the TV show Good Times with J.J. Dynamite? And the movie New Jack City, where the drug dealers took over a whole project to run their operations. Well, to me, this is the new projects, but these aren't built for black folks, right? The people that's coming in here, I don't know what percentage it'll be, but it'll be white folks. And probably 95% of them will be white. A lot of black folks won't even be able to afford this. But this, when they broke ground a little over a year ago, it was touted as the biggest housing complex being built in America. All right, buddy. And you too, man. Hey. Take it easy out here. Hold on, I'm into something here. But this is supposed to have. All right, buddy. I'll see you out here. Another year for the city. Yeah, in the big city. This is the city life. Anyway, this place is supposed to have something like 850 housing units in it. That's how huge it's going to be. And the supermarket. Another thing that's crazy about here is if you look at the traffic during the daytime, it's still pretty early in the morning. But when this place is built, they really have no way to accommodate the traffic, right? You're going to have probably over 1,000 people living in this building. Then you're going to have people coming to work in this building, people going to the supermarkets, people working in all these other businesses up and down here. It's going to be absolutely nuts around here. And there is one reason why I love being on my bike. And I consider it a blessing that I'm able to get out here and ride a bike. But anyway, this is a little idea about what's going on here in the U.S. and my town. I'm going to show you more of this town and prepare yourself, South Africa, for gentrification. And remember that your politicians can help you from being pushed out. And places like Cape Town, they're already pretty well ingrained in Cape Town, other people. But, you know, us black folks in this world, we have no friends. We have us. We have each other, right? And we're doing good enough now to take care of each other. You know, it's a singing group, a whole singing group, been around about 50 years. Some members died out and they got new members, but they have about 25 hit songs. And one song came to mind this morning of theirs called Smiling Faces. That's the name of the song. And it went, smiling faces pretend to be your friend, and smiling faces show no traces of the evil that lurk within. So you just keep in mind them folks that complain about South Africa, Johannesburg, and the government, what's going on. Yeah, you have a right to do that. There's people who are Europeans in South Africa, looking to take South Africa back, which is their plan. They don't care if it takes 50 years. You never let them forget for a second that you are Europeans. You know, you don't like what's going on? Go ahead on back to the Netherlands. Go ahead on back to England, right? And remind them of that every day, every time they open their mouths.